Hello my dear children. Children, today we are going to study advantage number 4 of dimensional analysis, and that is derivation of formula. So children, let us know the general procedure, the general process of deriving a formula. Well, let us say y is the physical quantity whose formula we want to find out, and y depends upon other physical quantities A, B and C. So y depends upon A, y depends upon B, y depends upon P. What do? We write down the unknown powers of A, B and C and make a general formula. So y is proportional to A to the power alpha, B to the power beta and C to the power gamma. These are unknown powers of the physical quantities A, B, C over which y depends upon. And if these unknown powers are known to us, we'll know the formula. So what do? We club all these three quantities and remove sign of proportionality, put up a constant. Remember, this is dimensionless constant whose value we won't be able to find out using dimensional analysis. So this is the formula: y is equal to k, a to the power alpha, b to the power beta, c to the power gamma. This formula is unrevealed. Why unrevealed? Simply because we do not know the powers alpha, beta and gamma. So after making this unrevealed formula, we substitute the dimensions of all the quantities y, a, b, c. And after substituting the formula, we simplify both the sides. And after simplification, we equate the powers of m, l and t over both the sides. And once we equate the powers of m, l and t, we get three equations. And there are three variables also. So we solve these three equations, we get the value of alpha, beta and gamma. We substitute these values of alpha, beta and gamma in this formula. And what do we get? We rewrite the formula as y is equal to k, a to the power alpha, b to the power beta, c to the power gamma. Now in this formula, the value of alpha, beta, gammas are known to us. And this is what is the final answer and a revealed formula. So this is the general procedure we are going to follow in every derivation. Children, let us apply this general procedure to work out a formula. Hashtag 1. Find formula of time period T of a simple pendulum of length L. Mass of the bob in the pendulum is m and g is acceleration due to gravity of the place. So what is obvious here from this question is, of course we are going to find the time period formula, and this time period depends upon length L. These are the probable factors, probable physical quantities it may depend upon. It may depend upon length L, it may depend upon mass m of the bob, and it may depend upon acceleration due to gravity g of the place. So we'll take all three factors, and if time period doesn't depend upon any other factor, any of these factors, that factor would automatically be eliminated from the final answer. Well, time period depends upon length, it depends upon mass, it depends upon acceleration due to gravity. So we write down the unknown powers of these physical quantities: L to the power alpha, m to the power beta and g to the power gamma, and make a formula which is unrevealed. Now let us substitute the dimensions of all the four quantities T, L, M, G. The time period T has dimensional formula T, length L, mass M and acceleration due to gravity. The dimensional formula is LT-2, the power is gamma. Let us solve it. Left hand side we don't have M, so we can write m to the power 0. We don't have L, we can write L to the power 0, and T of course is there with power 1. And right hand side, bases are same, powers are added up. Let us open up the brackets. What do we get? M to the power beta and L to the power what? L to the power alpha from here and L to the power gamma from here. So we get L to the power alpha plus gamma. And T to the power is minus 2 gamma. Now let us equate the powers. We have simplified. We have substituted the value of all the physical quantities, dimensional formula of all. We have simplified and we have equated the powers of MLT. Now once we equate the power of MLT, what is beta? M to the power beta, and what is M to the power 0? That means beta is equal to 0. What is L to the power alpha plus beta, and what is L to the power 0? That means alpha plus beta is equal to 0. And what is right hand side? T to the power minus 2 gamma, and here it is 1. That means minus 2 gamma is equal to 1. So we simplify, beta is 0, and if we substitute this beta 0, well, from here gamma is going to be what? Minus half. Minus 2 gamma is equal to half, that means gamma is equal to minus half, beta is equal to 0. And if we substitute gamma is equal to half here, minus half here, we get alpha is equal to what? Half. And if we substitute all these values here in this formula, what do we get? We get T is equal to L to the power alpha. And what is alpha? Alpha is half. And then M to the power beta. Beta is what? 0. And then G to the power what? Gamma. And gamma is what? Minus half. So we can write it as M to the power 0 means 1, and it is eliminated. We get T is equal to K times L upon G whole square root. Whole power half. That means square root of NT. This is the formula, and see, we are not able to find out K. This K will occur in every formula we are going to deduce. Well, the next question is find force F acting over an object of mass M. Find force F acting over object of mass M moving with speed V over circular path of radius R. So what is obvious from this formula, from this question is, this force F depends upon three factors. The three probable factors the force may depend upon are what? Are mass M, velocity or speed V, and radius R. We write down the unknown powers of M, V and R. So what do we get? We get F is equal to K. This is unrevealed formula. M to the power say A, V to the power say B, and R to the power say C. So this is unrevealed formula. If we substitute the dimensions of all quantities, what is this M? This force is ml T minus 2. This K is dimensionless. Dimensional formula of mass is what? M to the power A. Dimensional formula of velocity or speed is L T minus 1. The dimensional formula, and the power is B. And dimensional formula of R is what? L is what? To the power C. Now this is M to the power 1 left hand side, L to the power 1 and T to the power minus 2. And what is M to the power right hand side? M to the power A only. What is L to the power? L to the power B from here and L to the power C from here. See, when bases are same, powers are added up. So L to the power B we get from here, L to the power C we get from here, and we get L to the power B plus C, and T to the power is what? Minus B. Let us compare the power. When we compare the power of M, we get A is equal to what? 1. And then power of L is what? B plus C, and that is equal to what? 1. And T to the power is B, and what is that? That is equal to what? Minus 2. So you can see here, what is A? A is equal to 1. What is B? B is equal to minus 2. And if we substitute B is equal to minus 2 here, the minus 2 plus C is equal to 1. That means C is going to be equal to, this is minus 2, B is equal to minus 2, T to the power minus B, just a minute, T to the power minus B, and that is equal to minus 2. So minus B is equal to minus 2. That means B is going to be equal to what? 2. And if we substitute B is equal to 2 here, what do we get C as? C as 1 minus 2, that is what? Minus 1. And if we substitute all these values here in this formula, what do we get? We get F as K, M to the power what? A, 1, V to the power what? B, that is 2, R to the power what? C, that is what? Is minus 1. That means formula is going to be K times M V square by R. This is formula for centripetal force. Children, let us see one more application of derivation of formula. before we wind up the class of the day. Well, in this question, which is hashtag 3, time period T of a drop of liquid of surface tension S depends upon density D of the liquid and radius R of the drop. So time period T in the question depends upon surface tension S of the liquid. It depends upon density D of the liquid, and it depends upon radius R of the liquid, radius R of the drop of the liquid. This is time period of oscillation of the drop. Drop of the liquid vibrates. So when it vibrates, it has a definite frequency and of course a definite time period. So what is the unrevealed formula? The unrevealed formula is going to be T is equal to K S to the power say A, D to the power say B, and R to the power say C. Let us substitute the dimensions of all. Left hand side is T only, right hand side is S, surface tension. Yeah, dimensional formula of surface tension is mt minus 2, that is force per unit length over the surface of liquid. The rest all dimensional formulas you know. So dimensional formula of surface tension is mt minus 2, the power is A, density is mass per unit volume ml minus 3 to the power B, and radius of course is L to the power what? C. Left hand side is m to the power 0, L to the power 0, T to the power 1, and right hand side is what? M to the power A from here and B from here, m to the power A plus B, and then L to the power minus 3B from here and plus C from this side, and then T to the power we have what? T to the power we have only minus 2A. There is no T anywhere else. Now let us create the powers. A plus B, which is power of M, right hand side, and left hand side is 0. Equation number 1. L to the power minus 3B plus C, and that is equal to what? Again 0, as the power here is 0. And T to the power minus 2A, right hand side, and left hand side the power is what? 1. If we substitute, if we solve all this, what do we get A as? We get A as minus half, as you can see from here. If A is equal to minus half, so minus half plus B is 0, that means B is going to be what? Plus half. And if we substitute B is equal to plus half here, what do we get? B is equal to plus half, that is minus 3 by 2, plus C is equal to 0, that means C is equal to what? 3 by 2. And if we substitute all these values here in unrevealed formula, what do we get T as? We get T as K times S to the power A. S to the power A. A means minus half. And then D to the power B. And what is B? B is plus half. And then R to the power C. R to the power C. And C is what? 3 by 2. We can write down T as K times D to the power half R to the power 3 upon S to the power half. This half is taken as common. This, or we can put a square root sign like this. And this is the final formula of the time period of oscillation of the drop of the liquid. Children, after studying the advantages of dimensional analysis, let us know limitations of dimensional analysis. So we have studied 4 advantages, and now we are going to study 3 limitations. So what are these 3 limitations? Number 1, we cannot derive formula of a physical quantity. We cannot derive the formula of a physical quantity if it depends upon more than 3 other physical quantities. Why? If y depends upon more than 3 other quantities, what will happen? We will follow the procedure and we will get 3 equations. And there would be what? If there are 4 physical quantities, there would be 4 variables. So 3 equations would not be able to give the value of 4 variables. Therefore, we can derive the formula of a physical quantity if it depends upon at the most 3 other quantities. Minimum 1, maximum 3, not more than that. This is limitation number 1. Second limitation is The value of dimensionless constant cannot be found out. It was told to you right in the beginning. This dimension analysis is inapplicable for dimensionless quantities. So dimensionless constant which are there in these formulas, they cannot be found out. And finally, we cannot derive formulas which involve logarithmic function, exponential function and trigonometrical function. This is limitation number 3. Remember, we cannot derive the formula involving these functions, but it doesn't mean that we cannot apply dimension analysis to logarithmic function. If there are logarithmic functions, exponential functions or trigonometrical function, we can apply dimension analysis there. We can apply principle of homogeneity there. But we cannot derive those formulas. So this is limitation number 3. So 3 limitations, 4 advantages, and overall we have advantages. So with this we come to the end of today's class. Thank you very much children, and God bless you all.